I made some big changes in my teaching schedule this year, and one of them includes stepping away from Allschool. I wanted to share a bit about why and show you what I'm doing instead. Many of you found this channel by searching for content on Allschool, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Something that's really important to me is being very transparent with you guys about what this journey of being a teacherpreneur looks like. And for me, that's looked like making some moves as things change out in the world. For many of us, this looked like stepping away from big Chinese companies in 2021. However, now there are some changes afoot that I'm ready to make my own way and avoid some of the, let's say, shockwaves that came from that double regulation policy decision. So if you're up for that, stick around. I'm going to talk about some of the reasons I left Allschool, some of the ways that I'm stepping forward into teaching, and some of the new things that I'm excited to implement. All right, let's start with why I chose to leave Allschool. Now, this is, if you don't know, a platform that is very similar to Outschool. However, it opened up the doors to people who live all over the world, but happen to be citizens of certain native speaker, here's that term again, countries. On Allschool, I taught a public speaking group class that ran for a very long time. If you've been around this channel for a bit, you know that I stopped teaching that class a few months ago now due to just dwindling enrollment. And I also taught a lot of one-on-ones. This allowed me to charge a good bit more for that 30-minute, 25-minute slot, but also have some flexibility and find these students. I also had a few camps on there, 3- and 4-day camps that did pretty well in their moment, but I haven't run them in quite a while, probably over a year. But it was a good experience having to create those. In the past few months, there have been a few red flags that have gone up. So maybe you've experienced this too if you've been on Allschool. However, support was not responding as quickly as usual. I had a lot of good experiences with support agents at Allschool. I would say, hey, I need help with this. Could you help me with this? I need an answer to this. And they would very quickly, within their work window, based in Singapore, answer those questions. If I was asking outside of their work window, 9 to 5-ish in Singapore, then I knew I would need to wait a little while. That was fine. I knew that. However, there started to be a lag, and then it would go unanswered. And so I would start a new ticket and no answer. And then finally, when I did get an answer, I got an answer that gave me a little bit more to think about than I was expecting. Here's what I mean by that. I asked about the referral program. On the website, it always, every time they extend the referral program, they always say an end date. And this was June 30th, 2023. And I said, hey, on the website, it hasn't been updated. This was the beginning of July. And I said, what's the next segment going to look like? Sometimes the numbers change a little bit. And they said the referral program is not being renewed. And I was like, what does that mean? Okay, so that could mean that they're just oversaturated with teachers. However, this has been something from day one that they were really passionate about. And as a founding teacher, I know I was part of that. And so I want to make sure that if you were referred to Allschool by me, I want to make sure that you know, and I have sent these messages. If you know you're on my list, I've sent you a message telling you all of this ahead of time so that no one is surprised, but there are big changes afoot. And I just don't want anyone to put all their eggs in this basket and then in a few months be surprised. Now, I have no insider information on what this may look like down the road. However, I just want to share with you why I'm stepping away. So that was the first one that I just didn't get any good feedback about why the referral program was ending. And then also this lack of agent support. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. When you do really, really need it, it's not there sometimes, and that can be a problem. If teachers aren't being supported, then I don't really feel like I should be spending a good bit of my time and paying that commission rate to Allschool. Moving away from Allschool, I have decided to spend more of my time doing one-on-one private teaching where I can. I'm not seeking out new students. My schedule is full as it is, thankfully. However, I'm starting to look at new options for classes that will require less time in front of a camera being on, and more time perhaps in a unfocused. I can be around my kids, have kids running around, and not have to be away from them and be in a focused class setting. So I am really excited about this next chapter. While I am stepping away from Allschool, it's one of those slices of my teaching pie that I've mentioned before, where my teaching income has shifted from being on Allschool to more one-on-one private students. I can charge the same amount that I charged on Allschool, and I'll get to keep more because my commission rate is gone, and I only have to charge, I only have to deal with the Stripe payout rate, which for me is 2.9%, and any other additional costs I may have, like curriculum or a meeting space. So it's really not a huge change for me, and it will result in a income boost, thankfully, whereas I can then spend more time developing some of these new ideas. So what are these new ideas? I'm going to share about them in an upcoming video, but I am creating flex classes. So these are pre-recorded classes that I have already taught before in a group setting. So I already know what I say and do during these classes. The materials are already created. I just have to package them and record some short videos that go with them. So I'll talk about that more in an upcoming video, but I just wanted to share with you why I'm stepping away from Allschool and what's next. If you have any questions, or if you are teaching at Allschool and you've experienced any of these things, I would love to continue this conversation in the comments. I know it was such a hopeful thing for many of us to have this new option, a way to keep in touch with the Asian market on a platform. However, it's just making me cringe a little bit. And so I decided to make my exit, but I just want to hear from you guys. And if you have any questions, to continue that conversation and answer those to the best of my ability. So I wish you the best in your teaching. Thanks for doing what you're doing. It does make a difference. Happy teaching.